Morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. I'm AC and today I'm going to walk you through this recent trade of mine. I sold this to a customer new and he just upgraded to a bigger unit. So I'm going to walk you through this. This is a 2023 Winnebago Era. This is a 78 floor plan and it is on the 4x4 Sprinter chassis. So if you're looking for a 4x4 camper van, this is an awesome one to start with. We're going to get up here on the front and kind of work our way back. Again, this is on the 23, this is a 23 Sprinter, 188 horsepower, 325 pound-feet of torque. We're going to have our Alcoa aluminum wheels all around. We're going to have some really nice fixed running boards. The mountain range that he had put on, this was aftermarket. I think it looks really nice. It definitely fits Colorado. Up top, we're going to have our 16-foot awning. That is a Carefree awning. It is powered. We'll work our way back here to the dual wheels. A couple things to point out. This does come with 200 watts of solar on the roof, which I'll show you here in a minute. You have an external solar port for additional solar. You're going to have a cable inlet and a 12-volt inlet. And then you're also going to have a couple standard outlets out here. As you can see, we have two speakers out here and our porch light. So we work our way around the back. See down here that we have a quick connect for our propane tank. So if you want to carry a grill with you and hook up to it there so you don't have to carry additional propane, that'd be perfect. This has a 16-gallon propane tank underneath, which I will also show you in a minute. Back here is our receiver hitch. This does have 5,000-pound towing, 7-pin connector over on this side. Backup camera up top. You can see right above the backup camera there, we have our over-the-air antenna for the TVs. Back here you got a really nice slide tray for all of your gear. Previous owner did not like the TV mounted in the front, so he actually had it taken off. We will remount it up there, but for now it's back here. Underneath here is our tabletop. You also have your blackout shades here. You got night and day shades for the back. I think I want to point out, I mention this all the time, but just as a reminder, your ladder back here, this is just meant to store here. It's not meant to climb on. If you climb on it here, you can damage your door and you don't want to do that. So I'm going to kind of show you how this works. You're going to take this out of the back there. And set it up here anywhere along the rail. That way it sits on this plastic trim piece. Now that I'm up here, I'm going to go ahead and show you what it looks like up here. So I'm going to grab the camera. Up top, you're going to have 200-watt solar panels. You can see one on the rear there, right behind the Coleman Mach 10 NDQ air conditioner. Another one in front. There are your solar ports right there. You do have a max fan up front, and at the very front of this, you can see we have 2 rails left. So if you wanted to put a bag or something up here, you can still do that. All right, again, that's just for storage in the back door. You don't want to be climbing up and down. Once you secure it, you do want to lock it. There's a lock on this so that nobody steals your ladder. All right, as we work our way back, you can have your outdoor shower with hot and cold water. .30-amp connection. Down here, not sure if you can hear it, but down here I do have the generator running. That's your exhaust. Here's your furnace exhaust. We have another porch light up here on the driver's side. As we work our way towards the front of the driver's side here, you can see we have our water compartment down here. It's nice and easy to access. Right here's that propane tank I mentioned earlier. This is a Sprinter, so it is diesel fueled. This is where you fill your diesel tank. Underneath here, you're gonna have some chassis fuses, so if anything's not working right, always check your fuses, your breakers. It does have power seats with 3 memory settings. So this bottom lever here is gonna adjust your base. This is gonna do your backrest. We do have power mirrors, and the seats are also heated. Right here are your light controls. So right now it's set for auto. You have a dimmer down here for your dash as well. Your hood release is right here. It's kind of hidden, so just remember where that's at. It's right here on the left side. Again, this is a 4x4, 3-liter, 6-cylinder, 188 horsepower, 325 pound-feet of torque. A couple things to point out in here. Here's your positive terminal if you ever need to give a jump start or get one. Your ground is going to be over here on the side, right here. You also have your windshield wiper fluid. Over on this side, you're going to have your coolant, your oil, and then your def. Make sure you don't ignore your def. You don't want to get put into a limp mode. Under here we have a step, so you can actually climb up here if you need to clean your windows. So we open the slider door. We have our screen door right here, so you can get some fresh air circulating through the van if you need to. Storage, here's your freshwater inlet. On this side, you're going to have your main battery disconnect, your awning controls and power, also a furnace vent. So we walk in here to the right, you're going to have your fire extinguisher. You also have a counter extension right here. The TV that I showed you out back actually goes mounted right here. They didn't like the positioning of it, so we took it off, but we will put that back up. We come inside, you're going to have some overhead storage right here, all of your owner's manuals. Over on this side is going to be your house stereo, tied to those speakers that were outside. Does have a CD player. You have some TV inputs here and cable inlet. You also have a remote for your Max air fan up top. So you can see we've got our little lounge area here. This does turn into a small bed. These 2 front seats will swivel around and give you a nice little hangout area. Also have your night shades on all the windows. As we come into the galley here, a couple things to point out. You're going to have a 2-burner propane stove, single base sink. Plenty of storage underneath here. Full house. You have a filter under here for the sink. 3 additional drawers. You're going to have a 4.3 cubic foot refrigerator and freezer. This is a Norcold 12-volt fridge. Up above it, we're going to have our microwave. Also up top here by your fan, you do have a smoke detector. In case you're not a very good cook, that'll come in handy. Over here you have your main controls. You're gonna have your touchpad here. That's gonna allow you to access all your lighting, check your tank levels, your awnings, the generator. You can do your auto gen start there or start it manually. Check your water levels, your thermostat, and then you can lock the screen. Also dims it a little. Inverter on and off, solar charge controller, and then your Truma furnace and hot water heater. Right now it's off. Here is your bathroom and shower. It's just a wet bath, so as you can see, plenty of room. Also has a sprayer here that's attached to it to help you clean it. All right, here in the back side here, I'll go ahead and let you come on in here. We're gonna have our closet. Some slide out drawers here. Here in the sleeping area, you're gonna have your TV up front. Plenty of overhead storage. Now you can leave this set like this. These have little headrests back here that you can lift up if you want to kind of prop up while you're watching TV. When it's time to go to bed, this actually will fill the gap here and basically give you a king-size bed. Down below, you're going to have some additional storage. You're going to have an access panel right here, also another heater vent on each side. Up top, perfect spot for it, and right above the bed is going to be your air conditioning system. You're also going to have additional storage on this side. Again, all the windows, these windows do open up on both sides. You can get some fresh air circulating. You're going to have your blackout shades. And then these are your blackout shades for the cab. So up front, you would use these to black out the front part there. Under here, you're going to have some reading lights, additional speakers, USB charging station on both sides. And we'll go ahead and go back up front, walk you through the cab. All right, so these seats do swivel around. This is going to be, again, back to your basic Sprinter chassis. So you're going to have your touchscreen. I'm going to go ahead and fire this up. Kind of walk you through a couple things up front. Your AC controls and heat controls are right here. This is going to set your temperature. And then your fan speed on the right side. Hazards. Up here on the touchscreen, you can do this a couple ways. You can use it as a touchscreen, kind of scroll through there, or you can use the controls on your steering wheel. The right side here works as a mouse pad. So you're always going to have a back button and you're going to have a home button here. So while you're driving, you don't have to be reaching. You can do it all from here. This does have paddle shifters behind the steering wheel here. You can also make your phone calls from the right side of the steering wheel here. On the left side, you're going to control your dash up here. So you can see this has 9,000, just a little over 9,000 miles. So has not been used very much. This does have adaptive cruise. So you can set it and set how far you want to stay behind the car in front of you. Down here is your 4x4 control. So you push this to turn on the 4x4, you push that to go into low range. Push button start. Your shifter is right here. So by pushing the button on the end there, that part puts you into park. You just move it up and down for drive, neutral, and reverse. Left side's going to have your wipers. and your turn signals. Up top here, you're going to have 3 different storage compartments. You're going to have a wireless charging pad here in the center with some USB Type-C connections and also a 12-volt connection there. Cup holders, additional cup holders up top. Glove box here. Now down here below, a couple things to point out. You do have another USB Type-C and another 12-volt outlet down here. Your key fob is actually made to go down in here at the very bottom. There's a slot for it, just pushes in there. You want to get in the habit of putting it in there when you're going on trips. You can leave it in the cup holder if you're just moving it, you know, from a parking spot to another. But if you're going to be going longer distances, I would really recommend you plug it in where it goes. This does have a backup camera with some different settings. So depending on if you're towing or what's behind you, you can change the view here. This one is directed at your hitch. So when you're setting up, and, if you're pulling a vehicle, a trailer, whatever, you want to go to that setting right there. Make phone calls, does have navigation. Here in your settings, you can actually turn off your active lane keep assist. Some people don't like that. You can turn that off. Your park assist, same thing. Again, you can always hit the home button, takes you back to the front. You can scroll through there. So pretty simple, pretty basic. Up top here, a couple things to point out. You're gonna have your lights for your doors. Here is your service button. And of course your SOS button. That's probably the most important thing up here that you want to remember is if you're in an accident or you're stranded somewhere, you can push the SOS button to get some assistance. Because these seats do turn around, just before I finish here, I mentioned earlier you have 3 memory settings. I would set one of these so that the seat adjusts so that it's easy to swivel around. That way when it's time to pivot the seats around, you push the memory setting, it'll adjust. You don't have to be fighting it to make sure you have it far enough forward, have the backrest up far enough, etc. So a really good option to do. And that is it, other than your park brake. Before I forget, because the seats do swivel, you can actually push down on it and it will keep it engaged, as you can see here on the dash. And that's so that you can keep the parking brake engaged while you're swiveling your seats. Keeps you from rolling. To disengage it, you're going to lift up, push the button, and go back down. Now it's disengaged. So that is it for this unit. This is a 2023 Winnebago Era. It is available. This is stock number 5U240761. If you're interested in this unit or any other units, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text or an email. You can call the main number and ask for me directly if you'd like for me to be your salesperson. Si hablo español, me pueden hablar al 720-276-4241. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in a couple weeks.